omwoyo Batimayo teyasirika bwe yawulira nti Yesu ayita gasajja gamugamba asirike. Batimayo teyasirika nti Yesu Katonda wange mwana wa Dawudi onsasire. Yesu akola ebyewuunyo mbawananga nange ndaba omwoyo uyo ayita mu kibiina gw'omulwadde kwate wakuluma towanike emikono waggulu. Omwoyo w'omutukuvu ani awulira empewo mu kibiina omuliro ataabamu enkuba. Mpulira enkuba abalwadde muwona weereza enkuba etunaze naze ffenna. Omwoyo yabadde muwonyi ali wano kati
New restrictions come into place tonight in Australia in the effort to control the spread of coronavirus and limit the deaths. The move comes because the number of cases in Australia continues to double every 3 to 4 days, now well over 2,000. The death toll is 8. The number of cases in New South Wales alone is now over 1,000. So let's take a run through of some of the developments. So from midnight tonight, here is what is shut down in Australia. Public swimming pools, indoor entertainment centres, real estate auctions can't be held or open houses, and in-store beauty treatments will all be closed down. Hairdressers will still be permitted to operate, but customers must not be on the premises for more than 30 minutes. The Prime Minister says there should be no gatherings of more than 10 people. Weddings will be restricted to only the couple, the celebrant and witnesses, totalling no more than 5 people, while funerals will be restricted to 10 people. Australians will be banned from travelling overseas. The government says a small number of people had been defying the Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade's do not travel warning. New South Wales now has more than 1,000 coronavirus infections after 211 new cases were confirmed overnight. So globally now, over 400,000 COVID-19 cases have been confirmed, while there have been more than 18,500 deaths, many of those in Italy. India has announced it'll impose a 3-week lockdown on its 1.3 billion people, with only essential services continuing to operate. The Tokyo Olympics have been formally postponed for a year after the Japanese government and the International Olympic Committee agreed that it could not go ahead. The World Health Organization has warned the US may be becoming the global centre of the pandemic. There are over 50,000 cases there now, over half of which are in New York alone. And on Wall Street, the Dow has seen its biggest one-day percentage gain since 1933, with hopes Congress will soon pass a $2 trillion rescue package. It surged by more than 11%, or more than 2,000 points, to close at 20,705. And here in Australia, just in the last hour or so, Virgin Airlines has announced that it's grounding 125 aircraft, 90% of its domestic capacity, as it struggles to cope with the economic effects of the pandemic. In Australia at 10% capacity to ensure essential services and critical freight and logistics. So much happening again around the world to do with coronavirus today. And let's focus now on Australia. So Australians are being urged to only leave their homes if absolutely necessary. The new directive has been issued by the Prime Minister Scott Morrison overnight. It includes those restrictions I mentioned before. Our political reporter Stephanie Boris joins us now from Parliament House in Canberra. Steph, g'day. So take us through these restrictions in a bit more detail. I've mentioned some of them already, and also the messaging behind that we saw overnight.
Good morning, Joe. Yeah, you're right. There is a lot to digest from last night's press conference of the Prime Minister Scott Morrison and the Chief Medical Officer Brendan Murphy. So first of all, taking a look at what you and I and all of our family and friends across Australia should be doing. So stay home unless it's essential to head out. What's considered essential is if you need to go to work, if you need to go to the grocery store to get some food, or if you need to go to a medical appointment. You are also still allowed to exercise, but not in large groups. The Prime Minister also saying if you can work from home, please do so. When it comes to having people over at your house for a barbecue, for a birthday party, that all has to stop. No more gatherings, whether it be outside or in your home. Also, no house parties. We have heard talk of people saying, well, let's host house parties now that pubs are closed. That is not allowed either. Don't congregate in groups of more than 10 if you're outside. You are allowed to exercise with a friend or family member that you live with. The Victorian Premier, Daniel Andrews, put it very bluntly this morning, saying if people don't follow these rules, people will die. And late last night, the Chief Medical Officer, Brendan Murphy, said that, yes, these are very tough measures and is very drastically changing the way that we all live and how we socialise, but they are essential moves.
These measures are really draconian. We know that, but if we're going to control community transmission, we have to stop the capacity of this virus from spreading from person to person. And as I've said many times, it is a long haul, and that's why we are keen to keep society functioning, but keep society safe. Some people have been doing things like being told they're a positive case and going into the chemist or the supermarket on the way home. If you're isolating because you're a positive case or you're isolating because you're a contact, you go home and you isolate and you obey those rules. That is a really, really important part of the control.
The Chief Medical Officer there, Brendan Murphy, really trying to get that message through to Australians that if you come back from overseas or if you test positive to coronavirus, you must stay home for 14 days. You must self-isolate. We're hearing increasingly from the Prime Minister and from state and territory leaders that people are not following that directive, and obviously that is then putting other people's lives at risk. So we do understand that state and territory police officers are making calls and checking up on people to ensure that they are following those directives.
Yeah, and so it sounds like more and more effort will be put into what's been called contact tracing.
That's right. So contact tracing, if I contract coronavirus, then it's about getting in touch with all those people I've recently been in contact with that potentially could have the virus as well. And obviously that could be difficult if someone's been on a bus or in a shopping centre. So the state and territory governments are looking at whether mobile phones could play a role in this. And they're looking specifically at the technology being rolled out in Singapore. There's an app over there that can determine if someone's been in contact with a coronavirus patient through through Bluetooth technology. So New South Wales this morning saying, yes, they are looking at different ways of making sure they can exactly work out who has been in touch with people that test positive to coronavirus.
And Steph, we've run through a couple of those businesses, or a number of those businesses, that are going to be required to close their doors from midnight. What's the Prime Minister's messaging around this?
So the Prime Minister said that these were hard decisions to make, and obviously ones that himself and the state and territory leaders were at pains to do, because obviously this puts a lot of people out of work, but in the end health has to come first. And the reason for these business closures is to further stop people congregating together. So just quickly again running through the businesses that will have to close as of midnight: beauticians, nail salons, tattoo parlours, real estate auctions, open house inspections for homes unless you do it by a private appointment, play centres for kids both indoors and outdoors, libraries, galleries, community facilities. Still operating though, Joe, food courts are allowed to remain open but only for takeaway. Hairdressing appointments are okay if it's under 30 minutes. Boot camps outside can still go ahead, but a maximum of 10 people. And then when it comes to weddings, a maximum of 10 people. Funerals, a maximum of 10. And then of course schools, there's been a big conversation around whether they should remain open or not. The Prime Minister, Scott Morrison, insisting that the health advice for now is that it's still safe for children to go to school.
It's going to be a tough year in 2020, and one of the things I don't want to have yielded up is a year of a child's education, which is so important. We need to work so hard together to try and ensure that those kids get that education and that is not lost to this virus. And so I look forward to meeting with Australian Education Union tomorrow and to have that conversation and to see how we can come together and agree how we can continue to deliver that while doing that safely for those who work in schools, and of course for the kids themselves. As we know, the medical advice is kids can safely go to schools.
And Steph, what's the timing on this outright ban on international travel?
So that comes into force from midday, Joe, and that means that no Australians are allowed to travel overseas. There are a few exemptions, such as compassionate reasons if it's essential for work, and also aid workers if they're required overseas. On top of that as well, new offences coming in today for people that collect and buy a stack of hand sanitisers and face masks and then try to either charge Australians more for them or are trying to send them offshore to make a profit. There's a huge crackdown going on that to try and ensure that there are enough supplies here in Australia and at reasonable prices.
Okay, Stephanie Boris there in Canberra.
そして遅くとも2021年の夏までに東京オリンピック・パラリンピックを開催するということで合意をいたしました。
COVID-19 continues to wreak havoc on the world of sports, this time the Olympics. Japan and the Olympic Committee have postponed the Tokyo Games until next year. Olympic Games have been outright cancelled in the past because of the world wars, but this would be the first time in the 124-year history of the Olympics that it's been postponed. The Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi, announced the entire country of 1.3 billion people will be in lockdown starting Wednesday at midnight. The country has more than 500 confirmed cases of COVID-19.
The time has now come for us all to do more. From this evening, I must give the British people a very simple instruction. You must stay at home.
The British Prime Minister sent a strong message on Monday to everyone across the UK. Don't leave the house. He warns people not to meet with friends or family, and people who break the rules will have to pay fines. There are more than 6,700 cases of the new coronavirus in the UK. Italy's COVID-19 related death toll is now more than 6,000. And the country is trying to give proper burials to every person, but it's proving to be difficult. Crematoriums and cemeteries in a few regions like Lombardy have been pushed to their limits. A team of reporters at a cemetery witnessed 5 hearses arriving in a crematorium over a period of 10 minutes.
More than 300,000 cases of COVID-19 have now been reported to WHO from almost every country in the world. That's heartbreaking. The pandemic is accelerating.
There are now COVID-19 infections in almost every country. The head of the WHO said staying at home will help slow down the spread of the disease, but the world needs to attack this more aggressively, saying tests need to be administered to every suspected case, and anyone who came into close contact with these cases needs to be quarantined. He also called for the protection of healthcare workers around this.
The National Cabinet is meeting this morning to discuss new measures to support tenants in financial trouble due to the coronavirus. The virus is continuing. There are almost 3,000 confirmed cases in Australia, with the number of global infections exceeding 500,000. 13 people have died from the virus. The latest are 3 men in their 70s, 2 in Victoria and 1 from Perth. A major life insurer says new policies will not cover payouts to frontline doctors who die from COVID-19. It's understood the exclusion clause could also cover asthmatics, people over 50 and those with lung disease. New South Wales Police have begun fining businesses and people who are failing to follow laws relating to COVID-19. Leaders of the G20 countries say they'll inject $5 trillion into the global economy to tackle the fallout from the pandemic. During a virtual summit, they also promised robust support for developing nations. The US now has more confirmed cases of the coronavirus than any other country, with more than 82,400 positive tests. 82,400 positive tests. Johns Hopkins University says the US tally has overtaken China and Italy. Well, National Cabinet is meeting this morning to discuss Australia's next steps in responding to coronavirus. On the agenda, possible rent assistance and further restrictions on how Australians go about their daily lives. Political reporter Stephanie Boris joins us again. Stephanie, there is a lot to get through for National Cabinet this morning.
That's right. Good morning. So both state and territory leaders are meeting with the Prime Minister right now via phone hookup. As you said, a number of issues to get through, and it's all about trying to ensure there's a national approach to how Australia tries to tackle coronavirus, both from a health perspective and also from an economic perspective. So there's been a lot of discussion around commercial and residential rents, because we are seeing a number of businesses close and a number of people lose their jobs. So the question is, how do those people afford or are able to keep those properties? We understand that there is an attempt to try and reach a national consensus on how to do so. It is a little bit difficult considering states and territories have different rules around renting regulations, but one of the ideas on the table is to put a moratorium on evictions so that if people can't pay their rent within a short period of time, they will not be kicked out. Also on the agenda today is whether there should be further lockdowns. New South Wales and Victoria are keen to push forward with further restrictions on what people can and can't do. The reason being those two states have had a number of cases of confirmed coronavirus patients. So Victoria and New South Wales may push forward compared to other states and territories, but we understand that there is very much an acceptance within National Cabinet that there may have to be different approaches sometimes, depending on how many cases there are in different towns and villages. Now, there has been a lot of discussion, obviously, obviously about whether Australia should go into full lockdown like what we're seeing overseas. We need to keep in mind that Australia is in a different situation to other countries, and the Deputy Chief Medical Officer this morning has defended Australia's approach so far, saying that the necessary measures have been taken.
Everybody is looking at the evidence of past pandemics, the evidence of what is happening around the world, what is happening in different countries. The pandemic in each country is different depending on the responses that we've seen, the responses and availability of healthcare services, the availability of resources to protect our healthcare workforce and also to protect the general members of the public. How this rolls out, whether it's rolling out in the right sequence to please everybody is of course a moot question. But please be really reassured with the advice that you're seeing coming out from our Chief Medical Officer and the advice that's being given to our government.
Steffi, we have seen a number of small and medium-sized businesses already close their doors. It is widely expected there'll be more. While some help has been offered, it's expected that more assistance is now on its way.
Well, the big question for businesses is now that they've had to close their doors, what do they do? Because they aren't receiving any income from customers walking through the door, but they still have bills to pay, such as rent, utilities, and any other debts that come up in the weeks and months ahead. So the question is, do you shut down the business for good, or do you try and keep it going so that you can open the doors when this coronavirus crisis is over? Now, what's being at level is this.
Mukama ebintu ebiberosi ebyenzonna n'entongoli n'ebitaasa n'ensasi n'ebisaala liro lya nakoni wuuza n'agolola omukono gwe ku ssanduuko ya Katonda n'agikwatako kubanga ente yeesitaala olw'omusanvu obusungu bwa Mukama ne dawali tuli kusula ya musanvu Samwiri ekyokubiri okutandika ku nnyumba esooka. Awo lwatuuka kabaka bwe yatuula mu nnyumba ye era Mukama ng'amuwadde okuwummula eri abalabe be bonna abaamwetooloola. Awo kabaka n'agamba Nasani Nabbaani nti, laba nno nze ntuula mu nnyumba ey'emivule, naye essanduuko ya Katonda etuula munda w'ebitimbe. Awo Nasani n'agamba kabaka nti, genda okole byonna ebiri mu mutima gwo kubanga Mukama ali naawe. Awo lwatuuka ekiro ekyo ekigambo kya Mukama ne kijjira Nasani nti, genda owulire omuddu wange Dawudi nti bw'atyo bw'ayogera Mukama nti gwe olizimbira ennyumba gye mba mbeeramu. Kubanga sibeeranga mu nnyumba okuva ku lunaku lwe najja abaana ba Isirayiri mu Misiri ne leero, naye n'atambuliranga mu weema ne mu nnyumba entimbe. Mu bifo byonna mwe natambulira n'abaana ba Isirayiri bonna nali njogedde ekigambo n'ekika kyonna ekya Isirayiri kye nalagira okulunda abantu bange Isirayiri, nga njogera nti kiki ekyabalobera okuzimbira ennyumba ey'emivule. Kale nno bw'otyo bw'oba ogamba omuddu wange Dawudi nti bw'atyo bw'ayogera Mukama ow'eggye nti n'akuggya ku kisibo ky'endiga ng'ogoberera endiga obeere omukulu w'abantu bange owa Isirayiri. Olw'omwenda era n'abanga naawe buli gye wagendanga, era nzikiriza abalabe bo bonna mu maaso go, era ndikuwa erinnya ekkulu ng'erinnya bwe liri ery'abakulu abali mu nsi. Era nditeekerawo abantu bange Isirayiri ekifo, ne mbasimba batuulenga mu kifo kyabwe bo, ne batajjulukuka nate, so n'abaana b'obubi nga tebakyababonyaabonya ng'olubereberye olw'11. Era ng'okuva ku lunaku lwe nalagira abalamuzi okufuga abantu bange Isirayiri, era ndikuwa okuwummula eri abalabe bo bonna. Era nate Mukama akubuulira nga Mukama alikukolera ennyumba. Ennaku zo bwe ziriba nga zituukiridde, naawe nga we bakidde wamu ne bajjajjaabo, ndissaawo ezzadde lyo eririddawo eririva mu ndaayo, era ndinyweza obwakabaka bwe. oyo ye alizimbira erinnya lyange ennyumba era ndinyweza entebe ey'obwakabaka bwe ennaku zonna. Olw'ekumi nze ndiba kitaawe naye aliba mwana wange. Bw'anaabanga akoze ekitali kya butuukirivu n'amukangavvulanga n'omuggo ogw'abantu n'enga ez'abaana b'abantu. Naye okusaasira kwange tekuumuvengako nga bwe nakuggya ku Sawulo gwe n'aggyawo mu maaso go. N'ennyumba yo n'obwakabaka bwo birifuuka byankalakkalira ennaku zonna mu maaso go. Entebe yo erinywezebwa ennaku zonna. Olw'ekumi. Awo ng'ebigambo ebyo byonna bwe biri n'okwolesebwa okwo kwonna, bw'atyo Nasani bwe yabuulira Dawudi. Awo Dawudi kabaka n'alyoka ayingira n'atuula mu maaso ga Mukama n'ayogera nti, nze ani, Ayi Mukama Katonda, n'ennyumba yange kye ki, gwe okutuusa wano? N'ekyo ne kiba nga kikyali kigambo kitono mu maaso go, Ayi Mukama Katonda, era naye oyogedde ku nnyumba y'omuddu wo okumala ebiro bingi ebiribaawo. N'ekyo ng'engeri y'abantu bw'eri, Ayi Mukama Katonda. Era kiki Dawudi kyayinza okugamba nate? Kubanga omanyi omuddu wo, Ayi Mukama Katonda. Olw'abiri. Olw'ekigambo kyo era ng'omutima gwo bwe guli, kyovudde okola ebikulu ebyo byonna okutegeeza omuddu wo. Kyoberedde omukulu, Ayi Mukama Katonda, kubanga tewali akwenitana, so tewali Katonda wabula gwe, nga byonna bwe biri bye twakuwulira n'amatu gaffe. Era ggwanga ki erimu mu nsi erifaanana abantu bo, erifaanana Isirayiri, Katonda be yagenderera okwenunulira okuba abantu be, n'okwekolera erinnya, n'okubakolera ebikulu, n'okukolera ensi yo eby'entiisa mu maaso g'abantu bo be weenunulira okuva mu Misiri, okubaggya mu mawanga ne bakatonda baabwe. Ne weenywereza abantu bo Isirayiri okuba abantu gy'oli ennaku zonna, naawe Mukama n'ofuuka Katonda waabwe. Olw'abiri. Era kaakano, Ayi Mukama Katonda, ekigambo ky'oyogedde ku muddu wo ne ku nnyumba ye kinyweze ennaku zonna, era kolanga bw'oyogedde. Era erinnya lyo ligulumizibwe ennaku zonna, nga boogera nti, Mukama ow'eggye ye Katonda afuga Isirayiri, n'ennyumba ey'omuddu wo Dawudi erinywezebwa mu maaso go. Kubanga gwe, Ayi Mukama ow'eggye, Katonda wa Isirayiri, obikulidde omuddu wo ng'oyogera nti, ndikuzimbira ennyumba omuddu wo kyavudde ayaganga okusaba kuno. Olw'abiri. Era nno, Ayi Mukama Katonda, gwe Katonda n'ebigambo byo mazima, era osubizizza omuddu wo ekigambo kyo ekirungi. Kale nno kkiriza okuwa omukisa ennyumba ey'omuddu wo ebeerenga mu maaso go ennaku zonna, kubanga gwe, Ayi Mukama Katonda, okyogedde, era ennyumba y'omuddu wo ewewenga omukisa gwo ennaku zonna. Samwiri ekyokubiri essula ey'omunaana okutandika n'olunyiriri olusooka. Awo olwatuuka oluvannyuma lw'ebyo, Dawudi n'akuba Abafirisuuti n'abawangula. Dawudi n'aggyayo olukoba lw'ekibuga. Nnyina w'ensi mu mukono gw'Abafirisuuti, n'akuba Mowaabu n'abagera n'omugwa ng'abagalamiza wansi, n'agerako emigwa ebiri egy'okutta n'omugwa ogumu omulamba ogw'okuwonya abalamu. Abamowaabu ne bafuuka baddu ba Dawudi ne baleeta ebirabo. Era Dawudi n'akuba ne Kadadezeri mutabani wa Lekobu kabaka w'e Zoba bwe yagenda okujeemulula amatwale ge ku mugga. Olwokuna Dawudi n'amuggyako abasajja abeebagala embalaasi 1,700 n'abatambula ebigere 200. Dawudi n'azitema enteega embalaasi zonna ez'amagaali naye n'aterekako ez'amagaali 1,000. Awo Abasuuli ab'e Damasiko bwe bajja okudduukirira Kadadezeri kabaka w'e Zoba, Dawudi n'atta ku Basuuli abasajja 2,200. Awo Dawudi n'ateeka ebigo mu Busuuli obw'e Damasiko. Abasuuli ne bafuuka baddu ba Dawudi ne baleeta ebirabo. Mukama n'amuwanga Dawudi okuwangula buli gye yagendanga. Olw'omusanvu Dawudi n'anyaga engabo za zaabu ezaali ku baddu ba Kadadezeri n'azitwala e Yerusaalemi. Ne mu Beta ne mu Berosayi ebibuga bya Kadadezeri kabaka Dawudi n'aggyamu ebikomo ebyayingirira obulungi. Awo Toyi kabaka w'e Kamasi bwe yawulira nga Dawudi akubye eggye lyonna erya Kadadezeri, awo Toyi n'atuma Yolamu mutabani wa Eri kabaka Dawudi okumulamusa n'okumwebaza kubanga alwanye ne Kadadezeri n'amukuba, kubanga Kadadezeri yalwanga ne Toyi. Yolamu n'aleeta wamu naye ebintu ebya ffeeza n'ebintu ebya zaabu n'ebintu eby'ebikomo. N'ebyo kabaka Dawudi n'abyongera Mukama wamu ne ffeeza ne zaabu gye yawonga gye yaggya ku mawanga gonna ge yawangula, ku Busuuli ne Mowabu n'abaana ba Amoni n'Abafirisuuti ne Amaleki ne ku munyago gwa Kadadezeri mutabani wa Lekobu kabaka w'e Zoba. Dawudi ne yeefunira erinnya bwe yakomawo ng'amaze okukuba Abasuuli mu kiwonvu eky'omunnyo abasajja 180. Olw'e14 n'ateeka ebigo mu Edomu. Yateeka ebigo okuwuna Edomu. Aba-Edomu bonna ne bafuuka baddu ba Dawudi. Mukama n'amuwanga Dawudi okuwangula buli gye yagendanga. Awo Dawudi n'afuga Isirayiri yenna. Dawudi n'asalira abantu be bonna emisango gya nsonga era gya mazima. Ne Yowaabu mutabani wa Zeruyiya ye yali omukulu w'eggye, ne Yekosafaati mutabani wa Akirudi ye yali omujjukiza, ne Zadooki mutabani wa Akitubu, ne Akimereki mutabani wa Abiyasaali, ne Baali bakabona, ne Seroya ye yali omuwandiisi. Olw'e18 ne Benaya mutabani wa Yekoyaada ye yali omukulu w'Abakeresi n'Abaperesi, ne batabani ba Dawudi be baali abakulu. Samwiri ekyokubiri essula ey'omwenda okutandikira ku by'okusooka. Tugamba Dawudi n'ayogera nti, wakyaliwo ekisigaddewo ku nnyumba ya Sawulo, mukole ebyekisa ku lwa Yonasaani. Awo waliwo ku nnyumba ya Sawulo omuddu erinnya lye Ziiba, ne bamuyita eri Dawudi kabaka, n'amugamba nti, gwe Ziiba? N'ayogera nti, omuddu wo ye wuuyo. Kabaka n'ayogera nti, tewakyali wa nnyumba ya Sawulo, mukole ebyekisa kya Katonda. Kabaka n'ayogera nti, tewakyali wa nnyumba ya Sawulo, mukole ebyekisa kya Katonda. Ziiba n'agamba kabaka nti, wakyaliwo omwana wa Yonasaani eyalemala ebigere. Kabaka n'amugamba nti, ali ludda wa? Ziiba n'agamba kabaka nti, laba, ali mu nnyumba ya Makiri mutabani wa Amiyeri mu Lodebaali. Awo kabaka Dawudi n'atuma n'amuggya mu nnyumba ya Makiri mutabani wa Amiyeri mu Lodebaali. Awo Mefibosesi mutabani wa Yonasaani mutabani wa Sawulo n'ajja eri Dawudi, n'avuunama amaaso ge ne yeeyanza. Dawudi n'ayogera nti, Mefibosesi n'addamu nti, laba omuddu wo. Dawudi n'amugamba nti totya kubanga sireme kukukola bya kisa ku lwa Yonasaani kitaawo era ndikuddiza ebyalo byonna ebya Sawulo jjajjaawo era onoolyanga emmere ku mmeeza yange ennaku zonna. Olw'omunaana ne yeeyanza n'ayogera nti omuddu wo ye ani ggwe okutunuulira embwa enfu nga nze bwendi. Awo kabaka n'ayita Ziba omuddu wa Sawulo n'amugamba nti byonna ebyabanga ebya Sawulo n'eby'ennyumba ye yonna biwadde omwana wa mukama wo. Naawe onoomulimiranga ettaka gwe ne batabani bo n'abaddu bo era onooyingizanga ebibala omwana wa mukama wo abenga ne by'anaalyanga, naye Mefibosesi omwana wa mukama wo anaalyanga emmere ennaku zonna ku mmeeza yange. Era Ziba yalina abaana 15 n'abaddu 20. Awo Ziba n'agamba kabaka nti mukama wange kabaka nga bw'alagidde omuddu we bw'atyo omuddu wo bw'anaakolanga Mefibosesi bwe yayogera kabaka anaalyanga ku mmeeza yange ng'omu ku baana ba kabaka. Era Mefibosesi yalina omwana omuto omulenzi erinnya lye Miika, ne bonna abaabeera mu nnyumba ya Ziba baali baddu ba Mefibosesi. Olw'e13. Awo Mefibosesi n'abeera mu Yerusaalemi kubanga yalyanga bulijjo ku mmeeza ya kabaka era yalemala ebigere bye byombi. Tugenze tusula ey'ekumi otandikira ku nnya olusooka. Awo lwatuuka oluvannyuma lw'ebyo kabaka w'abaana ba Amoni n'afa, Kanuni mutabani we n'afuga mu kifo kye. Dawudi n'ayogera nti n'akola Kanuni mutabani wa Nakasi ebyekisa nga kitaawe bwe yankola ebyekisa. Awo Dawudi n'atuma abaddu be okumukubagiza olwa kitaawe. Abaddu ba Dawudi ne batuuka mu nsi ey'abaana ba Amoni. Naye abakulu b'abaana ba Amoni ne bagamba Kanuni mukama waabwe nti olowooza nga Dawudi amussaamu ekitiibwa kitaawo n'akutumira ab'okukubagiza? Dawudi takutumidde baddu be okukebera ekibuga n'okukiketta n'okukimenya. Awo Kanuni n'atwala abaddu ba Dawudi n'abamwako ekitundu ky'ebirevu byabwe n'abasalira ebyambalo byabwe wakati okukomaaku. Awo Kanuni n'atwala abaddu ba Dawudi n'abamwako ekitundu ky'ebirevu byabwe n'abasalira ebyambalo byabwe wakati n'abasindika. Awo bwe baakibuulira Dawudi n'atuma okubasisinkana kubanga abasajja abo ne bakwatibwa nnyo ensonyi. Kabaka n'ayogera nti mubeere e Yeriko ebirevu byammwe bimale okukula mulyoke mukomewo. Awo abaana ba Amoni bwe baalaba Dawudi nga batanuddwa, abaana ba Amoni ne batuma ne bagulirira Abasuuli ab'e Besulekoobu n'Abasuuli ab'e Zoba abaatambula n'ebigere 200 ne kabaka w'e Maaka ng'alina abasajja 1,000 n'abasajja ab'e Tobi abasajja 100 mu 12,000. Olw'omusanvu awo Dawudi we yakiwulira n'atuma Yowaabu n'eggye lyonna ery'abasajja ab'amaanyi. Awo abaana ba Amoni ne bafuluma ne basimba ennyiriri awaayingirirwa mu mulyango. Abasuuli ab'e Zoba n'ab'e Lekoobu n'abasajja ab'e Tobu ne Maaka baali bokka ku ttale. Awo Yowaabu bwe yalaba olutalo nga luli mu maaso ge n'ennyuma we n'ayawulamu abasajja bonna aba Isirayiri abalonde n'abasimba ennyiriri okwolekera Abasuuli. Abantu bonna abalala n'abakwasa mu mukono gwa Abisaayi muganda we n'abasimba ennyiriri okwolekera abaana ba Amoni. N'ayogera nti Abasuuli bwe banannema kale gwe onombeera, naye abaana ba Amoni bwe banaakulema kale najja n'enkuyamba. Ddamu amaanyi twerage obusajja olw'abantu baffe n'olw'ebibuga bya Katonda waffe, era Mukama akolenga bw'asiima. Awo Yowaabu n'abantu abaali naye ne basembera ku lutalo okulwana n'Abasuuli ne badduka mu maaso ge. Awo abaana ba Amoni bwe baalaba Abasuuli nga badduse era nabo ne badduka mu maaso ga Abisaayi ne bayingira mu kibuga. Awo Yowaabu n'alyoka ava ku baana ba Amoni n'addayo n'ajja e Yerusaalemi. Awo Abasuuli bwe baalaba nga bagobeddwa mu maaso ga Isirayiri ne bakuŋŋaana. Awo Kadadezeri n'atuma n'aggyayo Abasuuli abaali emitala w'omugga ne bajja e Keramu. Sobaki omukulu w'eggye lya Kadadezeri ng'abakulembedde. Ne babuulira Dawudi n'akuŋŋaanya Isirayiri yenna n'asomoka Yoludaani n'ajja e Keramu. Abasuuli ne basimba ennyiriri okwolekera Dawudi ne balwana naye. Awo Abasuuli ne badduka mu maaso ga Isirayiri. Dawudi n'atta ku Basuuli abasajja ab'omu magaali 700 n'abeebagala embalaasi 400, n'afumita Sobaki omukulu w'eggye lyabwe n'afiira eyo. Awo bakabaka bonna abaali abaddu ba Kadadezeri bwe baalaba nga bagobeddwa mu maaso ga Isirayiri ne batabagana ne Isirayiri ne babaweereza. Awo Abasuuli ne batya okweyongera nate okuyamba abaana ba Amoni. 2 Samuel chapter 11 from verses 1. It says, in the spring, at the time when kings of old go off to war, David sent Joab out with the king's men and the whole Israel army. They destroyed the Ammonites and besieged Rabbah, but David remained in Jerusalem. One evening, David got up from his bed and walked around on the roof on the palace. From the roof, he saw a woman bathing. The woman was very beautiful, and David sent someone to find out about her. The man said, "She is Bathsheba, the daughter of Eliam and the wife of Uriah the Hittite." Then David sent messengers to get her. She came to him and he slept with her. Now she was purifying herself from her monthly uncleanness. Then she went back home. The woman conceived and sent word to David saying, "I am pregnant." So David sent this word to Joab, "Send me Uriah the Hittite." And Joab sent him to David. When Uriah came to him, David asked him how Joab was, how the soldiers were, and how the war was going. Then David said to Uriah, "Go down to your house and wash your feet." So Uriah left the palace, and a gift from the king was sent after him. But Uriah slept at the entrance to the palace with all his master's servants and did not go down to his house. David was told, Uriah did not go home. So he asked Uriah, "Haven't you just come from a military campaign? Why didn't you go home?" Uriah said to David, "The ark and Israel and Judah are staying in tents, and my commander Joab and my Lord's men are camped in the open country. How could I go to my house to eat and drink and make love to my wife? As surely as you live, I will not do such a thing." Then David said to him, "Stay here one more day, and tomorrow I will send you back." So Uriah remained in Jerusalem that day and the next. Verse 13. At David's invitation, he ate and drank with him, and David made him drunk. But in the evening, Uriah went out to sleep on his mat among his master's servants. He did not go home. In the morning, David wrote a letter to Joab and sent it with Uriah. In it he wrote, Put Uriah out in front where the fighting is fiercest. Then withdraw from him, so he will be struck down and die. So while Joab had the city under siege, he put Uriah at the place where he knew the strongest defenders were. When the men of the city came out and fought against Joab, some of the men in David's army fell. Moreover, Uriah the Hittite died. Joab sent David a full account of the battle. He instructed the messenger, when you have finished giving the king his account of the battle, the king's anger may flare up, and he may ask you, why did you get so close to the city to fight? Didn't you know they would shoot arrows from the wall? Who killed Abimelech, son of Jerubbaal? Didn't a woman drop an upper millstone on him from the wall, so that he died in Thebes? Why did you get so close to the wall? If he asks you this, then say to him, moreover, your servant Uriah the Hittite is dead. Verse 22. The messenger sent out, and when he arrived, he told David everything Joab had sent him to say. The messenger said to David, the men overpowered us and came out against us in open, but we drove them back to the entrance of the city gate. Then the archers shot arrows at your servants from the wall, and some of the king's men died. Moreover, your servant Uriah the Hittite is dead. David told the messenger, say this to Joab, don't let this upset you. The sword devours one as well as another. Press the attack against the city and destroy it. Say this to encourage Joab. When Uriah's wife heard that her husband was dead, she mourned for him. After the time of mourning was over, David had her brought to his house, and she became his wife and bore him a son. But the thing David had done displeased the Lord. Chapter 12 from verse 1. The Lord sent Nathan to David. When he came to him, he said, there were two men in a certain town, one rich and the other poor. The rich man had a very large number of sheep and cattle, but the poor man had nothing, except one little lamb he had bought. He raised it, and it grew up with him and his children. It shared his food, drank from his cup, and even slept in his arms. It was like a daughter to him. Now a traveler came to the rich man, but the rich man refrained from taking one to his own sheep or cattle to prepare a meal for the traveler who had come to him. Instead, he took the lamb that belonged to the poor man and prepared it for the one who had come to him. David burned with anger against the man and said to Nathan, as surely as the Lord lives, the man who did this must die. He must pay for that lamb 4 times over because he did such a thing and had no pity. Then Nathan said to David, you are the man. This is what the Lord, the God of Israel, says. I anointed you king over Israel, and I delivered you from the hand of Saul. I gave your master's house to you, and your master's wives into your hands. I gave you all Israel and Judah, and if all this had been too little, I would have given you even more. Why did you despise the word of the Lord by doing what is evil in his eyes? You struck down Uriah the Hittite with a sword and took his wife to be your own. You killed him with the sword of the Ammonites. Now therefore, the sword will never depart from your house, because you despised me and took the wife of Uriah the Hittite to be your own. This is what the Lord says. Out of your own household I am going to bring calamity on you. Before your every eyes I will take your wives and give them to one who is lost to you, and he will sleep with your wives in broad daylight. You did it in secret, but I will do this thing in broad daylight before all Israel. Then David said to Nathan, I have sinned against the Lord. Nathan replied, the Lord has taken away your sin. You are not going to die. But because by doing this you have shown utter contempt for the Lord, the son born to you will die. After Nathan had gone home, the Lord struck the child that Uriah's wife had born to David, and he became ill. Verse 16. David pleaded with God for the child. He fasted and spent the nights lying in sackcloth on the ground. The elders of his household stood beside him to get him up from the ground, but he refused, and he would not eat any food with them. On the seventh day, the child died. David's attendants were afraid to tell him that the child was dead, for they thought while the child was still living, he wouldn't listen to us when we spoke to him. How can we now tell him the child is dead? He may do something desperate. David notes that his attendants were whispering among themselves, and he realized the child was dead. Is the child dead? He asked. Yes, they replied. He is dead. Then David got up from the ground after he had washed, put on lotions, and changed his clothes. He went into the house of the Lord and worshipped. Then he went to his own house, and at his request they served him food, and he ate. Verse 21. His attendants asked him, "Why are you acting this way? While the child was alive, you fasted and wept, but now that the child is dead, you get up and eat." He answered, "While the child was still alive, I fasted and wept. I thought, who knows, the Lord may be gracious to me and let my child live. But now that he is dead, why should I go on fasting? Can I bring him back again? I will go to him, but he will not return to me." Verse 24. Then David comforted his wife Bathsheba, and he went to her and made love to her. She gave birth to a son, and they named him Solomon. The Lord loved him. And because the Lord loved him, he sent word through Nathan the prophet to name him Jedidiah. Meanwhile, Joab fought against Rabbah of the Ammonites and captured the royal citadel. Joab then sent messengers to David, saying, "I have fought against Rabbah and taken its water supply. Now muster the rest of the troops and besiege the city and capture it. Otherwise, I will take the city and it will be named after me." So David mustered the entire army and went to Rabbah and attacked and captured it. David took the crown from their king's head, and it was placed on his own head. It weighed a talent of gold, and it was set with precious stones. David took a great quantity of plunder from the city and brought out the people who were there, consigning them to labor with saws and with iron picks and axes, and he made them work at brick making. David did this to all the Ammonite towns. Then he and his entire army returned to Jerusalem. Chapter 13, 2 Samuel. For those who have just joined us, starting from verse 1. In the course of time, Amnon, son of David, fell in love with Tamar, the beautiful sister of Absalom, son of David. Amnon became so obsessed with his sister Tamar that he made himself ill. She was a virgin, and it seemed impossible for him to do anything to her. Now Amnon had an advisor named Jonadab, son of Shimeah. David's brother Jonadab was a very shrewd man. He asked Amnon, "Why do you, the king's son, look so haggard morning after morning? Won't you tell me?" Amnon said to him, "I am in love with Tamar, my brother Absalom's sister." "Go to bed and pretend to be ill." Jonadab said, "When your father comes to see you, say to him, I would like my sister Tamar to come and give me something to eat. Let her prepare the food in my sight, so I may watch her and then eat it from her hand." So Amnon lay down and pretended to be ill. When the king came to see him, Amnon said to him, "I would like my sister Tamar to come and make some special bread in my sight, so I may eat from her hand." David sent word to Tamar at the palace, "Go to the house of your brother Amnon and prepare some food for him." So Tamar went to the house of her brother Amnon, who was lying down. She took some dough, kneaded it, made the bread in his sight, and baked it. Then she took the pan and served him the bread, but he refused to eat. "Send everyone out here," Amnon said, so everyone left him. Then Amnon said to Tamar, "Bring the food here into my bedroom, so I may eat from your hand." And Tamar took the bread she had prepared and brought it to her brother Amnon in his bedroom. But when she took it to him to eat, he grabbed her hand and said, "Come to bed with me, my sister." Verse 12. "No, My brother, she said to him, don't force me. Such a thing should not be done in Israel. Don't do this wicked thing. What about me? Where could I get rid of my disgrace? And what about you? You'd be like one of the wicked fools in Israel. Please speak to the king. He will not keep you from being married to you. But he refused to listen to her, and since he was stronger than she, he raped her. Then Amnon hated her with intense hatred. In fact, he hated her more than he had loved her. Amnon said to her, get up and get out. No, she said to him, sending me away would be a greater wrong than what you have already done to me. But he refused to listen to her. He called his personal servant and said, get this woman out of my sight, and bolt the door after her. So his servant put her out and bolted the door after her. She was wearing an ornate robe, for this was the kind of garment the virgin daughters of the king wore. Tamar put ashes on her head and tore the ornate robe she was wearing. She put her hands on her head and went away, weeping aloud as she went. Her brother Absalom said to her, has that Amnon your brother been with you? Be quiet for now. My sister, he is your brother. Don't take the thing to heart. And Tamar lived in her brother Absalom's house, a dissolate woman. When King David heard all this, he was furious, and Absalom never said a word to Amnon, either good or bad. He hated Amnon because he had disgraced his sister Tamar. Verse 23. 2 years later, when Absalom's shearers were at Baal-Hazor, near the border of Ephraim, he invited all the king's sons to come there. Absalom went to the king and said, your servant has had shearers come. Will the king and his attendants please join me? No, my son, the king replied. All of us should not go. We would only be a burden to you. Although Absalom urged him, he still refused to go, but gave him his blessing. Then Absalom said, if not, please let my brother Amnon come with us. The king asked him, why should he go with you? Verse 27. But Absalom urged him, so he sent in Amnon and the rest of the king's sons. Absalom ordered his men, listen, when Amnon is in high spirits of drinking wine, and I say to you, strike Amnon down, then kill him. Don't be afraid. Haven't I given you this order? Be strong and brave. So Absalom's men did to Amnon what Absalom had ordered. Then all the king's sons got up, mounted their mules, and fled. While they were on their way, the report came to David, Absalom has struck down all the king's sons, not one of them is left. The king stood up, tore his clothes and lay down on the ground, and all his attendants stood by with their clothes torn. But Jonadab, son of Shimeah, David's brother, said, my lord should not think that they killed all the princes, only Amnon is dead. This has been Absalom's express intention ever since the day Amnon raped his sister Tamar. My lord, the king should not be concerned about the report that all the king's sons are dead. Only Amnon is dead. Verse 34. Meanwhile, Absalom had fled. Now the man standing watch looked up and saw many people on the road west of him, coming down the side of the hill. The watchman went and told the king, I see men in the direction of Horonaim on the side of the hill. Jonadab said to the king, see, the king's sons have come. It has happened just as your servant said. As he finished speaking, the king's sons came in, wailing loudly. The king, too, and all his attendants wept very bitterly. Absalom fled and went to Talmai, son of Ammihud, the king of Geshur. But King David mourned many days for his son. After Absalom fled and went to Geshur, he stayed there 3 years, and King David longed to go to Absalom, for he was consoled concerning Amnon's death. 2 Samuel chapter 13 from verse 1. Chapter 14 from verse 1. It says, Joab, son of Zeruiah, knew that the king's heart longed for Absalom. So Joab sent someone to take and had a wise woman brought from there. He said to her, pretend you are in mourning, dress in mourning clothes, and don't use any cosmetic lotions. Act like a woman who has spent many days grieving for the dead. Then go to the king and speak these words to him. And Joab put the words in her mouth. When the woman from Tekoa went to the king, she fell with her face to the ground to pay him honor, and she said, help me, your majesty. The king asked her, what is troubling you? She said, I am a widow. My husband is dead. I, your servant, and 2 sons, they got into a fight with each other in the field, and no one was there to separate them. One struck the other and killed him. Now the whole clan has risen up against your servant. They say, hand over the one who struck his brother down, so that we may put him to death for the life of his brother, whom he killed. Then we will get rid of the hair as well. They would put out the only burning coal I have left, leaving my husband neither name nor descendant on the face of the earth. The king said to the woman, go home and I will issue an order in your behalf. But the woman from Tekoa said to him, let my lord the king pardon me and my family, and let the king and his throne be without guilt. The king replied, if anyone says anything to you, bring them to me, and they will not bother you again. She said, then let the king invoke the Lord his God to prevent the avenger of blood from adding to the will, adding to the destruction, so that my son will not be destroyed, as surely as the Lord lives. He said, not one hair of your son's head will fall on the ground. Verse 12. Then the woman said, let your servant speak a word to my lord the king. Speak, he replied. The woman said, why then have you devised a thing like this against the people of God? When the king says this, does he not convict himself? For the king has not brought back his banished son. Like water spilled on the ground, which cannot be recovered, so we must die. But that is not what God desires. Rather, he devises ways to that a banished person does not remain banished from him. And now I have come to say this to my lord, the king, because the people have made me afraid. Your servant thought, I will speak to the king. Perhaps he will grant his servant's request. Perhaps the king will agree to deliver his servant from the hand of the man who is trying to cut off both me and my son from God's inheritance. And now your servant says, may the word of my lord the king secure my inheritance. For my lord the king is like an angel of God in discerning good and evil. May the Lord your God be with you. Then the king said to the woman, don't keep from the answer to what I am going to ask you. Let my lord the king speak. The woman said. The king asked, is in the hand of Joab with you in all this? The woman answered, as surely as you did, my lord the king. No one can turn to the right or to the left from anything my lord the king says. Yes, it was your servant Joab who instructed me to do this, and who put all these words into the mouth of your servant. Verse 20. Your servant Joab did this to change the present situation. My Lord has wisdom like that when an angel of God knows everything that happens in the land. The king said to Joab, very well, I will do it. Go bring back the young man Absalom. Joab fell with his face to the ground to pay him honor, and he blessed the king. Joab said, today your servant knows that he has found favor in your eyes, my lord the king, because the king has granted his servant's requests. Then Joab went to Geshur and brought Absalom back to Jerusalem. But the king said, he must go to his own house, he must not see my face. So Absalom went to his own house and did not see the face of the king. In all Israel there was not a man so highly praised for his handsome appearance as Absalom. From the top of his head to the sole of his foot, there was no blemish in him. Whenever he cut the hair of his head, he used to cut his hair once a year because it became too heavy for him. He would weigh it, and its weight was 200 shekels by the royal standard. 3 sons and a daughter were born to Absalom. His daughter's name was Tamar, and she became a beautiful woman. Absalom lived 2 years in Jerusalem without seeing the king's face. Then Absalom sent for Joab in order to send him to the king, but Joab refused to come to him. So he sent a second time, but he refused to come. Then he said to his servants, "Look, Joab's field is next to mine, and he has barely there. Go and set it on fire." So Absalom's servants set the field on fire. Then Joab did go to Absalom's house, and he said to him, "Why have your servants set my field on fire?" Absalom said to Joab, "Look, I sent word to you and said, 'Come here so I can send you to the king to ask, why have I come from Geshur? It would be better for me if I were still there. Now then, I want to see the king's face. And if I am guilty of anything, let him put me to death.'" So Joab went to the king and told him this. Then the king summoned Absalom, and he came in and bowed down with his face to the ground before the king, and the king kissed Absalom. 2 Samuel chapter 15 from verse 1. It says, "In the course of time, Absalom provided himself with a chariot and horses, and with 15 men to run ahead of him. He would get up early and stand by the side of the road leading to the city gate. Whenever anyone came with a complaint to the place before the king for a decision, Absalom would call out to him, 'What town are you from?' He would answer, 'Your servant is from one of the tribes of Israel.' Then Absalom would say to him, 'Look, your claims are valid and proper, but there is not representative of the king to hear you.' And Absalom would add, 'If only I were appointed judge in the land, then everyone who has a complaint or case could come to me, and I would see that they receive justice.' Also, whenever anyone approached him to bow down before him, Absalom would reach out his hand, take hold of him, and kiss him. Absalom behaved in this way toward all the Israelites who came to the king asking for justice, and so he stole the hearts of the people of Israel. At the end of 4 years, Absalom said to the king, 'Let me go to Hebron and fulfill a vow I made to the Lord. While your servant was living at Geshur in Aram, I made this vow: if the Lord takes me back to Jerusalem, I'll worship the Lord in Hebron.' The king said to him, 'Go in peace.' So he went to Hebron. Then Absalom sent secret messengers throughout the tribes of Israel to say, 'As soon as you hear the sound of the trumpets, then say, Absalom is the king in Hebron.' 200 men from Jerusalem had accompanied Absalom. They had been invited as guests and went quite innocently, knowing nothing about the matter. While Absalom was offering sacrifices, he also sent for Ahithophel the Gilonite, David's counselor, to come from Gilo, his hometown, and so the conspiracy gained strength and Absalom's following kept on increasing. Verse 13. A messenger came and told David, 'The hearts of the people of Israel are with Absalom.' Then David said to all officials who were with him in Jerusalem, 'Come, we must flee. Or none of us will escape from Absalom. We must leave immediately, or he will move quickly to overtake us and bring ruin on us and put the city to the sword.' The king's officials answered him, 'Your servants are ready to do whatever our lord the king chooses.' The king set out with his entire household following him, but he left them concubines to take care of the palace. So the king set out with all the people following him, and they halted at the edge of the city. All his men marched past him alone with all the Kerethites. All his men marched past him, along with all the Kerethites and Perethites, and all the 600 Gittites who had accompanied him from Gath, marched before the king. The king said to Ittai, the Gittite, 'Why should you come along with us? Go back and stay with King Absalom. You are a foreigner and exiled from your homeland. You came only yesterday and today. Shall I make you wander about with us when I do not know where I am going? Go back and take your people with you. May the Lord show you kindness and faithfulness.' Verse 21. But Ittai replied to the king, as surely as the Lord lives, and as my lord the king lives, wherever my lord the king may be, whether it means life or death, there will your sole servant be. David said to Ittai, go ahead, march on. So Ittai the Gittite marched on with all his men and his families that were with him. The whole countryside wept aloud as all the people passed by. The king also crossed the Kidron valley, and all the people moved on toward the wilderness. Zadok was there too, and all the Levites who were with him were carrying the ark of the covenant of all. They set down the ark of God, and Abiathar offered sacrifices until all the people had finished leaving the city. Then the king said to Zadok, take the ark of God back into the city. If I find favor in the Lord's eyes, he will bring me back and let me see it and his dwelling place again. But if he says, I am not pleased with you, then I am ready. Let him do to me whatever seems good to him. The king also said to Zadok, the priest, do you understand? Go back to the city with my blessing. Take your son Ahimaaz with you, and also Abiathar's son Jonathan. You and Abiathar return with your 2 sons. I will wait at the fords in the wilderness until one comes from you to inform me. So Zadok and Abiathar took the ark of God back to Jerusalem and stayed there. But David continued up the Mount of Olives, weeping as he went. His head was covered, and he was barefoot. All the people with him covered their heads too, and were weeping as they went up. Verse 31. Now David had been told Ahithophel is among the conspirators with Absalom. So David prayed, Lord, turn Ahithophel's counsel into foolishness. When David arrived at the summit where people used to worship God, Hushai the Archite was there to meet him, his robe torn and dust on his head. David said to him, if you go with me, you will be a burden to me. But if you return to the city and say to Absalom, Your Majesty, I will be your servant. I was your father's servant in the past, but now I will be your servant. Then you can help me by frustrating Ahithophel's advice. Verse 35. When the priest Zadok and Abiathar be there with you, tell them anything you hear in the king's palace. Their 2 sons, Ahimaaz, son of Zadok, and Jonathan, son of Abiathar, are there with them. Send them to me with anything you hear. Verse 37. So Hushai, David's confidant, arrived at Jerusalem as Absalom was entering the city. God bless you. That marks the end of our reading for today. Stay tuned. We are coming in with updates. May God bless you.
Jesus. Just lift your hands to Jesus. He's here. Thank you, Lord. Moyo mutukuvu jangu, jangu mukifo kino. Jingiro fuge wano, elo wonye bona. Ayo moyo. Hallelujah. Moyo mutukuvu jangu, jangu mukifo kino. Yingira ofuge ayo moyo. Mufe mulimu abalwadde nnyo, mulimu abakoye empeke n'empiso, naye bw'otuuka tuwona n'endwadde zibula. Ayo moyo. Mufe mulimu abakoye ensi, mulimu emitima begiruma, era yegwe amamira ensinga etandika. Ayo moyo. Moyo wa Mukama. bakwatidde nnyo mu nsi yaabwe sitaani yeefuze nzijjukira yenkwe yamamira ensinga etandika oyo mutukuvu jangu mu kifo kino
ofuge wano owonye bonna ayo mwoyo
yingira
ofuge wano owonye bonna ayo mwoyo
yingira ofuge wano
Yes, good evening everyone. Praise the Lord. This is Miracle Celebration Center. Here at Worldwide Prayer Command Base. Hallelujah. The weather is kind of cold, but the Lord is good. Hallelujah. We've been walking through the Bible in the book of 2 Samuel. Thanks so much for following us. Don't please forget to share, to like, and comment. Wow. So I'm going to be updating you concerning coronavirus and everything that has been transpiring around the world. Yes, I will start from UK. Wow. The Prime Minister was tested positive, and he has been talking on Twitter. He has been communicating on Twitter about his situation. He says that he's experiencing a lot of mild symptoms, but he says that he'll be active. He's going to be really working to see that he fights coronavirus. Yes, he's in the office. He's gonna be working against coronavirus. The government of UK says that or encourages so much the peoples to see that they distance themselves. They should make sure that at least they are having 2 to 3 meters away from each other. And now in China from Saturday, they have declared that there's no more going. They are not receiving any more visitors apparently. Yes, so there's no more visiting China from Saturday. So please be aware, even though you have your visa, please, you're not going to be welcome into China. Yes, today morning, South Africa received its first death caused by coronavirus. There are 2 people, they are women. One is 28 years old and another is 48 years old. Wow. And now apparently around the world there is a high demand of making drugs, vaccines and diagnostics because the virus has spread so wide, so intensely, and it has brought some pressures around the world. Yeah, so there is a high demand of making vaccines and drugs to see that they can fight against coronavirus. And because of that, some schools in America, they have decided, they are considering graduating early as soon as possible in order to have many doctors as much as they need. Wow. Now, we are coming back in a short period of time. Listen and enjoy this song.
bwete nnyo mu nsi yabwe sitaani yeefuze nzijjukira yenkwe yamamira ensinga etandika oyo mutukuvu jangu mu kifo kino
ofuge wano owonye bonna ayo mwoyo
yingira
ofuge wano owonye bonna ayo mwoyo
yingira ofuge wano
Yes, thanks so much for following us. My partner has joined me. Introduce yourself.
Yes, I'm Joshua. I'm happy to be in front of you. By the grace of God, we're going to move on. Yes. As you know us, whenever you see our faces, you know what we have brought you. We have brought you mainly updates that are happening around the world. And we want you to be informed. We want you to be aware. We want you to know. And also, we want you to be encouraged. We want you to continue believing and expecting God to work to deliver you out of this scourge of coronavirus that is currently hitting our world. As our earlier on we had informed you, we are having our worldwide prayer command center on COVID-19. We are praying, we are believing God for a change in this situation. We are also having our 21 days of prayer and fasting, and we are in the presence of God. We are believing God. We are believing God for a change. We are believing God for a change in the countries, a change in the world of this dangerous virus that has attacked us. So, therefore, continue following us. You can subscribe to our channels. You can subscribe to our social media platforms on YouTube, on Twitter, on Facebook. You can also watch us live. We stream live to you every day. We stream live to you. We share with you what God has put on our hearts. We share with you what is out there in the world, so that you may be informed, so that you may be encouraged. Yes, in Jesus' name. As my colleague was sharing with you, I would like to continue on with him. So my colleague,
yes, sir,
you can tell us. You can tell.
Hallelujah.
Any news?
Yes. In UK, the force or the police force actually is calling out for their retired officers to join with them to fight against the coronavirus, because the spread has been so intense. It has been so intense, really, so intense. Yes, so they have called them out to help them, to join them, to cope up, to work together.
That means that the health workers that have been available, they are not enough to cater for this big number of people. This infection is really contagious. It's catching people like wildfire. It's like wildfire being set loose. So when they saw that there were no more doctors, there were no more people to attend to them, they decided to go for they are called what? Those the veterans. So they recruited them into the system. For me, what I can say is that in the US, US infections outnumber China in US. Right now, as we speak now, the United States of America has the highest number of infections with this terrible virus. They are approximately 82,100 in number. That is a big number. It has superseded China that brought this COVID-19 virus. China is at 81,782 with 82 cases. That means the US has gone ahead with more infections compared to China. They are being struck with this terrible COVID-19 that has come to our world. But I believe they will get over this because some people have gone for the medicine, they have gone for treatment, and they have been able to beat the sickness. Yes, that's what I can tell you.
All right, Cuba wants to offer doctors to different countries that have been affected by coronavirus, and so amazing that America denied the opportunity. America said no. For us, we don't accept it, and they denied it.
Of course, America is a superpower. It can't allow a smaller country to facilitate them. That would be an insult, a humiliation. That is why they told them not to bring their help. They were offering to help. Actually, across the globe, even in our country right now, global lockdown is everywhere. Nearly a third of the world's population are living under COVID-19 related restrictions. So people are restricted because of COVID-19. People are not allowed to freely move because of COVID-19. People are not allowed to move from one state into another because of COVID-19. Other countries in Africa, they have suspended flights. There is no coming in from outside and there is no going out.
Domestic flights are now banned, really.
Of course, even public transport, they are not moving.
Exactly.
Here in Uganda, taxis are not operating. The railway system is not operating. People are just in one place.
When I was researching about America, I realized that in America, ministries are now empty, and even in UK, some streets, some roads are being remade, as in they are working on them again and again.
Yeah,
because they are free now. They are not occupied.
Yeah, if our technician can help us, he can show us those photos of the empty streets, empty states, empty roads. He can show us. Our engineer, Mr. Technician, you can put for us the streets which are empty and so on and so on.
Yeah, there are very many.
Yes, you can see for yourself what is happening. People are not allowed to move. People are held in one place. If you are in one state and you want to go into another, because of this COVID-19, you are not allowed to move. You are not allowed to cross from one locality into another because of this restriction. That is why there is a global lockdown, not only in our country, even in other countries. Most parts of Africa, in the United States, in Europe, in Asia, everywhere people are being restricted. Yes, as we go on.
Yes, the experts, the health experts, they continue to sensitize us all concerning the putting on or the using of glasses, because coronavirus really infects people through contact. Yeah, so when you put on your glasses, it will help you not to touch always your face. To help you. Yeah, so you'll be helping yourself to be coronavirus free. Yes.
Sure. In the United States of America, COVID-19 has hit the economy of the United States. A total of 3.3 million people are having unemployment issues. They are not able to go to their work. They are jobless. It's like they are rendered jobless. They cannot, because they are restricted, you cannot go to your job. Others they resign. Since you are infected, you cannot come to work for us. So you should stay away. Like you are isolated, you have the sickness, don't infect us. So they left them out. In that, due to those reasons, 3.3 million people have lost their jobs. They are unemployed right now as we speak.
So
and
horrible.
That is really a blow to the economy.
So horrible.
Indeed. So it is, this COVID-19 virus is really a havoc. It has brought problems. It has brought poverty. It is bringing poverty. That is poverty, of course. If you don't have a job, you cannot be able to bring in, cannot be able to facilitate yourself, because funds help us to facilitate ourselves. But if now you don't have a job, it means you're going to go bankrupt, isn't it?
Yes, Parliament Health Committee has been inspecting hospitals that are handling the coronavirus situation, the outbreak here in Uganda. So, and apparently, according to their report, they are saying that they're having 18 cases apparently here in Uganda. People who are actually affected or infected of the virus, and they are having 1,184 people who are under follow-up, and they're having 373 in self-quarantine. They're having 811 who are under institutional quarantine, and they're having 1,517 who completed mandatory quarantine.
Indeed, COVID-19 is bad news. This is bad news. There's a certain scripture which says in John 10:10, it says that a thief does not come except to steal, to kill, and destroy. COVID-19 came to steal, to kill, and to destroy. It has destroyed lives. It has killed many people. It has stolen the happiness of many people. So, but the scripture goes on to say that, but I have come, that was Jesus speaking, I have come that they may have life and have it more abundantly. In the midst of all this, we should understand, we should know all across the world. That is why we have come out here to reach to you in your living room, at your place of work, with your tablet, in your sitting room, wherever you are watching us from, either on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter, on other social media platforms. Please continue following. Please, you can subscribe to our channels. You can subscribe and continue following us. We are here for you. We are here to pray with you. We are here to see that we go through this. We know that God is going to bring us out. We know that God is going to give us whatever we need. If it is the medicine, it is going to be found. If it is healing that is coming straight from Him, we are going to get it. And we know we are going to overcome this. So, here at Miracle Celebration Center, we are having the worldwide prayer command base on COVID-19. We are believing God for a change in the world, a change in the places, in the different countries of the world. And we are having the 21 days of prayer and fasting. You can join us wherever you are. You can join us in this campaign to fight, to push away COVID-19. That is havoc, that is devouring the world, that is destroying lives, that is eating up lives. We know God can bring us out, and we know we are more than conquerors.
Hallelujah.
Yes.
Hallelujah. Now, in Africa, many nations have been affected by the coronavirus, the outbreak. But I came to realize that here in Africa we also have 8 countries which are not affected. And some of these are, we have Botswana, we have Malawi, we have Sierra Leone, we have Burundi, we have South Sudan, we have Lesotho and Sao Tome and Principe. Wow. And Comoros, finally. Yes.
That shows the goodness of God, because He cannot leave us all to be devastated, to be eaten up by this virus, and therefore He leaves other countries that are free from the virus. In that way, we Africa can be saved out of the sky. Our pastor spoke and said that the Bill Gates predicted and said that if coronavirus crosses on the African continent, almost all the population may be wiped out, because Africa is literally below the poverty line. So if he predicted and said that if coronavirus crosses onto this continent, it will wipe out everything. Since it has not left the whites, because it knows nobody, either you are white, whether you are white or you are black, whether you are rich or you are poor. So, according to that, he made the predictions. But we are here to reverse that. We are here to see that we change it by praying and fasting, believing God for a change. That's why we are having the worldwide prayer command base which we are in right now, and we believe and know that God is going to bring us through this.
You know that the Bible says that our God is without partiality. He has no favoritism. He doesn't segregate. He doesn't discriminate. You get so, and the Bible says that the rich and the poor, they live together, but the Lord, their Maker, is the same. So, and this is what I can say, that however much the whites have been so superior in many things, and we the blacks have been low, but our God is the same. So He can heal us all, He can save us all. It does not matter whether you are in China, or you are in South Africa, or you are whether you're in Uganda, or anywhere, or in America. The Lord is the same. He is our God, He is a healer, He's loving, He's so compassionate, He's so gracious. He can heal us. There's no disease that is above His control. You get? There's no disease that is above His rule. You get? He dominates over each and everything. So He can heal us, He can heal our land, whether in Uganda, whether in Kenya, or in South Korea.
Sure, history repeats itself. This is not the first thing to hit the world. In the 20s, you count 100 years from each 20. Now this is 2020. 100 years back in 1920, there was also a plague that havoc the world, that destroyed lives, that killed many people. But it means the people got over it. It means God brought them over it. So even this one, COVID-19, we are going to get over it. I want you to have hope. We want you to be encouraged. We want you to understand and know that we are together fighting with you against this tragedy called COVID-19. Because it is an enemy. We are having a common enemy. So we should join our faith. We should join our faith and believe God for a change. We should believe God for something better, because anything that comes our way, whenever God allows it to come, it means there is something better that He has prepared for us. So for that reason, we should brace ourselves. We should brace ourselves, as it says in Ephesians 6:10, that stand therefore, he was talking about the armor of God. So he says that you stand having put on the full armor of God. So what does that mean? It means that in any situation, you have to stand. You should not run away from it. You should stand. You should stand firm. You should stand to face it. You should stand to see that you get over it. So in this kind of COVID-19, that is why we are calling upon you to join us in the 21 days of prayer and fasting. We are believing God for a change. We know that this thing we can get over this thing. The Prime Minister of Italy wailed and cried and said that we have exhausted every energy, we have exhausted every wisdom, every resource that we have. We are now left to the heavens, we are left to the skies. That means that they have come to the end of themselves. But when you come to the end of yourself, you should understand there is a mighty power that can help you to thrive and go through whatever is facing you. And you should understand and know that God cares for you and He wants to fight your battles. You have to involve Him in that thing that you are going through. Maybe the world had become slack about the things of God. Maybe the people had started to live without God. But now if you are brought to your knees, it means there is nowhere you can turn to except to God. That's why we call upon you to like our pain, to follow our pain. We are here to give God to you. We are here to share God with you so that you can be edified, so that you can be energized, so that you can have hope to face life. And you may know that you are not alone in this thing.
And I think it's one of the mistakes the Chinese did, that when the virus outbroke, they did not call upon the name of God, because they just went to the doctors and all those people, the health officials. They didn't really, as a nation, rise up to call upon the name of God. Sure. They had to.
That's really sad, but now they have to turn to God, because life originates from God, and wherever it originates from, that's where you have to get it from. So you have to turn to God to be rescued out of what? Out of the stuff that you may be in this life. Because life is not a smooth road. It presents us things that we don't expect. It presents to us things that we don't plan for, that you don't see on the radar, which falls on you unexpectedly. Therefore, in those situations, you have to stand. You have to take your stand. You have to stand and see that you get over this. You should find ways and means of getting over this. And we believe you can make it.
Yes, Singapore. Singapore threatens the natives that if you try to break the rule of social distancing, you're going to be jailed for 6 months. Yeah. So if you try to be so close with your neighbor anywhere, you are going to be jailed if you're in Singapore.
Sure,
for 6 months.
Of course, social distancing is really important if we are to fight this virus. It is spread through contact. When you come in contact with a person who is infected, then you contract the sickness. And if you contact someone and you spread the sickness, then that person contacts another one and they spread the sickness. It means the sickness will keep on going on and on. That is why that country wrote in such a thing. Of course.
Yes, here in Uganda, Bank of Uganda has reduced on the working hours. I was checking on that, and then the marketplaces. I think what is about this? Because people are walking now long distances. Don't you think that people are going to be sleeping in markets, at work? What do you think about that?
Of course, that is not good. It is not good for someone to move long distances for something which he used to get easily. But this is indefinite. We should understand that it is indefinite. It is not forever. It's just for the sake, for the time being, so that we can, with time we can get over this COVID-19. Because why should you get the food and then you have the sickness? You cannot enjoy the food when you have the sickness. So therefore, you should first fight the sickness and then you can enjoy the food. So what I can say is that patience is required. Endurance is required. People have to understand. They should understand what the governments are trying to mean. They should understand what the governments are driving at. And they should not in any way oppose or try to strike or bring revolts in their communities. But know that this is here to help us all, so that we can, it's like we can kick out COVID-19 from the world if possible. Yes, from the world indeed.
Any news?
Any news? In Africa, the African Airlines loses $4.4 billion in revenue. That means people like those who want to travel, like they want to use the airlines, they are not allowed to do that simply because African countries have closed their airports. No airlines is to land on their grounds when they are coming from countries that are suspected to be having the virus. That is why this African Airlines is losing money because of that. Africans are scared. They don't want this contagious virus to be brought into their country. That is why this African Airlines have lost that big amount of money. In China, the Chinese billionaire Jack Ma is a rich man, donates masks, test kits to all countries in Africa. That is really generous. The guy is so generous. Like he donated to all African countries test kits, masks to use in the fight of COVID-19. We know what the masks do. We know what the test kits do. The masks are used to cover our faces. We use them to cover the mouth and the nose.
Yes, exactly.
But the mouth, the eyes, you have to wear glasses. So this man donates these items to be used to protect the Africans from contracting the virus. Therefore, he donates them. He donates them to them so that they can use them to facilitate whatever they are doing, since Africa is not to be poor. Of course.
Yes, here in Uganda, the security forces has been hunting many people who came from abroad. They have been hunting them seriously in order to make some tests, yes, on them.
Yeah, of course, this virus is like HIV. You know, here in Uganda, a person to be tested HIV is like to go for HIV testing. That would be is like getting to know about your death before you reach there. So people evade it, they don't want to know about it. That is why the authorities have to chase these people and get them so that they can be checked and tested to see whether they have this virus. But now the people were not willing. They kept on running, they are running away from the authorities, they are running away in hide. Yet this is to help them. If you present yourself to the authorities, if they test you and check whether you are positive or negative, there is still hope. You can get over this. We know people who have undergone treatment and they have recovered. They have been able to beat the sickness. They have been able to get over this. They have been able to heal with time after getting the medication. And according to statistics in the world, over 110,000 people have recovered from COVID-19 infection. What does that mean? It means that if you are out there and this disease you feel it has come on you, either or you have gotten a positive report from the doctor, you should take courage, you should take heart and know that you can get over this, and know that you are not the first person to get it, and you are not the last person to get it, and you can get over it. Many people have healed out of it. You can also heal out of it. And if you take the medications, if you take the prescriptions as told by the doctor, you can both cure and prevent to spread it to other people.
Wow.
In Ethiopia, the Ethiopian president, Sahel Zaude, has granted pardon to more than 4,000 prisoners. That is somehow good and somehow bad. How good is it? The prisoner is let to go, is let loose from the prison. Is no longer going to be kept under custody in the prison, but is let to go. But it is also bad in a way that even though he has escaped the prison, he's going into confinement, because currently now people are not supposed to move around. They are supposed to stay indoors. They are supposed to be kept, to keep in one place, to avoid either to contract the virus or to spread the virus.
So to stay at their homes.
Yeah, that is why this is both good and bad. But it is good all the same. Again, in Uganda here, Uganda bans weddings and religious gatherings for 1 month. This is indefinite. People are not supposed to go for wedding and religious gatherings for 1 month. What does that mean? It means that churches cannot congregate. It means that mosques cannot congregate. They cannot come into one place. It means that any public gatherings, the concerts are being suspended, and people should not go there because of the virus. It is very contagious. If one person is in that crowd with the rest who are not infected, he can spread it almost to everyone, because it is so contagious. Once he sneezes in the air, once he coughs, once he touches on surfaces, he can spread it to almost all the people, because one virus like this is enough to put you down in case it gets into your body. As long as it gets through your eyes, as long as it gets through your nose, as long as it gets through your mouth, it is enough to put you down. So therefore, that is why here in Uganda, the president came out straight and forbade all these gatherings and put a stop to them, so that we can fight this COVID-19 virus that has come to our world. Again, I continue to remind you that we are having 21 days of prayer and fasting, and we are having the worldwide prayer command base here, and we are reaching out to you. We are reminding you that God loves you. We are reminding you that God cares for you. We are reminding you that God is with you, no matter what is happening in the world, no matter what is taking place in the world, no matter what is tearing nations apart in the world, no matter what is beating the economies of the different countries in the world, you should understand and know that God cares for you. You should understand and have faith that He's going to bring you out. And after it all, you will come out victorious. You will come out with a testimony. There's nothing that God lets to come to you unless He has something better in future for you. So you should take heart. You should take heart and know that God cares for you. You can follow our page. You can follow us on Facebook. You can follow us on YouTube. You can follow us on Twitter, on our website at Miracle Celebration Center, and God will bless you. Your life will not remain the same. In the midst of this bad news that is happening, we are here to give you good news. After giving you the updates, we wind up by encouraging you and telling you that you are in this thing to get over it. So don't be alarmed, don't be shaken, don't be quenched, don't be put in a corner and think that you are left alone. We want to remind you that God cares for you and He loves you so much. Any news you have?
Just to remind us that the world is actually having over 500,000 people who have been infected with coronavirus, and this has been confirmed by Johns Hopkins University.
Sure, that's a big number. What about those that have recovered and those that have?
Yeah, there have been so many that however much we have, so many have been infected, but there are those who have recovered. Yes.
Yeah, it means that this virus is curable.
Yeah,
and
of course.
That those that may be infected with it should go and get medicine and get over this. And what about the death? How do they estimate it?
Death is around I remember it was around 8,000. Yeah, around that.
That is bad. Lives are precious. You cannot buy life anywhere. If someone loses their life, you cannot trade it for anything. You cannot, whether you have a lot of money, you cannot trade it for life. So even if it is one person who has lost their life, it is really, really bad. Therefore, that's why at Miracle Celebration Center we keep on encouraging you. We call upon you to join us in this campaign. We call upon you to join us in the Worldwide Prayer Command Center, where we are believing God for a change about this COVID-19 virus, where we are believing God for a change in the lives of the people of the world, in the lives of the people of both in our country and in the world, in the nations of the world. But in Italy, the Prime Minister wept aloud, wept and wailed, and said, "Oh, we have exhausted everything, but now we are left to the heavens." Therefore, heaven cannot let you down. Whenever you turn to the heavens, you cannot be let down. Whenever you turn to God, He cannot let you down. He cannot let you down when you turn to Him. That is why we are motivated. That is why we are moved to start this thing that we are in, to start the 21 days of prayer and fasting, to believe God for a change. We know that change is there. We know and believe that we are going to get over this. After it all, we shall be victorious. This is not the first plague to hit the world. In the 1720, there was a plague that happened. In the 1820, there was something that hit people. It was cholera. It destroyed lives. It devastated lives. Again, God made people to get over it. In 1920, there was the Spanish flu. That was exactly after the Second World War, according to our pastor, what he told us, that there was the Spanish flu. But by the grace of God, the world did not end at that Spanish flu, but we are still here. Now in 2020, we see this coronavirus, the COVID-19. It has brought a lot of havoc. It has brought a lot of destruction. It has destroyed many lives. But we believe after this one, we are going to get over this, because this is not the end. Jesus said that I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. So if it is not Jesus, then it is not the end. The end is, you see the end when Jesus has come. But when Jesus has not come, the end is not yet. And even if He has come, He's the beginning and the end. So it means something can end there and something can begin there. So until we see Jesus, we cannot say that this is the end of the world. This is not the end of the world. Other people were saying and guessing out of fear and say that the end of the world has come. No, this is not the end of the world. Things have been happening. History repeats itself. Therefore, you should take heart. You should understand and know that God loves you and He cares for you. He is with you in this thing. He is with you to take you through. That's why we call upon you to join us in this campaign, to keep on following us, to keep on watching, to share, to subscribe to our channels, and God will richly bless you.
Just because the Bible says that in those seasons when Christ is about to come, different things will happen, a lot of disaster will happen in the world, even diseases, various diseases will start to happen. So this shows us maybe that the time for Christ to come back is not so far as you might think. Maybe you might think a million years, that's when Christ will come back, but never know. This is just to remind us also that Christ lives and He is yet to come back.
Sure. There's a certain scripture in the Bible where Jesus was talking to His disciples. I believe it is in Matthew 24. Yeah. He was telling them about the end times. He said that because those things will be happening, many's hearts will fail them. Someone that, like there is a chef I read about. Okay. This chef was tested and the chef was found to be positive. Because of hearing that he was positive, he passed out. He died. He died. It's like you get the news becomes so overwhelming for you, you can't bear it, you can't take it, therefore you decide to die. That's what Jesus said. Many's hearts will fail them because of unbelief. But we don't want you to be like that. We want you to know that you are going to get over this thing. We want you to know that you are more than a conqueror. Here at Miracle Celebration Center, we keep on encouraging you, we keep on speaking faith into you. We keep on telling you that you should understand and know that this thing is just for a moment. This thing is just for a time. You should not fail. You should not be squeezed in your place. You should not go and eat and say that let us eat and drink. Tomorrow we die. No, this is not the end. You should live sober. You should live vigilant. You should be smart. You should be smart in your ways. You should be smart in the way you do things. And as you do this, as you keep on doing this, with the faith in God, God will not let you down. You will beat this thing. We shall beat it together, and we shall sing praises to God because He loves us and He cares for us. He cares for our well-being. He loves to see us good.
So much.
Indeed.
I just want to. Oh, there is something I would like us to discuss about it. In a certain market in Mukono, there was something they did. This is a guideline from the Ministry of Health and the government that we should be cleansing our hands, washing them, thoroughly. Yeah. So it happened that in a certain market there, in Mukono, they were selling out. People were paying money. Actually, they were paying to wash hands because their point is they buy soap, they buy water. So if you want to wash your hands, you gotta pay money. What do you think about that?
That one is not good. That one is not good. Actually, our president was talking to us. He told us that if those people they want to take advantage of you because of the sickness, for you do one simple thing. You should have your soap and water. In case they're in the market, they are using that situation to get money. For you use what you have to get out of it, because local soap, this simple soap that you have is enough to clean your hands. And even those people, they should be aware, because the president passed a directive and said that if he finds people taking advantage of others because of the sickness, they'll be arrested. So what I can say to both to those, that is what I can say to both to those people and those that are taking advantage of them, that this thing has come to us all, so we should stand for each other. We should stand for each other and see that we get over this, and see that we can beat this thing and be victorious. I continue to welcome you at our ministry, Miracle Celebration Center. Continue to follow us, watch our live videos, share with your friends, call upon everyone, invite all and comment and share. You can send in your prayer requests. God will bless you. We shall join our faith with yours and see that we get over this. In Jesus' name.
Yes, I would like to encourage you all out there. I know that this has brought a lot of fear, it has brought a lot of tears to many, but I want to encourage you all. I want you to encourage you all. Please be strengthened in the spirit. Christians, we don't mourn like the heathens. Hallelujah. So we should know that the Lord is on our side. He is for us, and nothing can stand against us. The Bible says, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Hallelujah. So we gotta rise up. So in such a situation, what we need to do is to rise up and we call upon the name of God. We need to just rise up and call upon the name of the Lord. The Bible says that there is no any other name that is given unto us for salvation. It's only the name of Jesus that renders or that gives salvation. It's only the name of the Lord that we can call upon and we are delivered. Hallelujah. So, and the people out there, if you're not yet born again, please, I urge you, I beseech you, believe Jesus, receive Him as your Lord and Savior. You receive eternal life in Jesus' name. Hallelujah.
No weapon formed against us shall prosper. Even COVID-19 that is formed against us, against our lives, against our well-being, against our liberty, it shall not prosper, because God is on our side. Because the greater one lives on the inside of us, and we are more than conquerors. The blood of Jesus is sufficient to keep us, to protect us, to cover us from this COVID-19 that is hovering around, that is moving around. Therefore, you should take heart, you should take courage, and understand that God loves you, and understand that He's present with you in those things that you go through. There is a scripture in Psalms, Psalms 46. Chapter 46, verse 1, it says that, behold, God is our refuge and strength. That is very important. Our refuge and strength. Something where you run to. A refuge is like something where you can run to, where an enemy cannot attack you. He is our God, is our refuge and strength, a very present help in time of trouble. So in this troublous time of COVID-19, you should understand that God is there with you. And we are here to present Him to you at Miracle Celebration Center. Don't be discouraged, don't be alarmed, don't be intimidated by whatever is going on. By the news, social media is giving us news like nothing. They are making us scared, they are making us afraid, they are making us to stay in one place. But you should have faith in God, you should continue believing in God. And God is what we give you, is what we bring to you here at Miracle Celebration Center. God will see us through this, and we shall be more than conquerors.
Just in a few minutes from now, our pastor is going to be coming. Pastor Edward McMahon is coming just in a few minutes. Please don't leave, don't quit it now. Just continue to watch us, continue to follow us, please. He's coming in a few minutes to pray for us, to speak to us, to encourage us in the Spirit, to strengthen us in the Lord, and to give us more hope in the Lord. Hallelujah. Yes, and to remind you again, we are in 21 days of fasting and prayer. Please join us and we call upon God and we pray. The Bible says that, is there anybody among you who is sick? Let him pray. Is there anybody among you who is afflicted? Let him pray. Hallelujah. So we have risen as Miracle Celebration Center by the leading of the Holy Spirit through our pastor.
Thank you, Jesus. Just lift your hands to Jesus. He's here. Thank you, Lord. Moyo mutukufu jangu, jangu mukifo kino. Ingiro fuge wano, elo wonye bona, ayo moyo. Hallelujah. abalwadde nnyo, mulimu abakoye empeke n'empiso, naye bw'otuuka tuwona n'endwadde zibula. Ayo mwoyo mufe, mulimu abakoye ensi, mulimu emitima begiruma, era engwe amamira ensinga etandika. Ayo omwoyo abatidde nnyo mu nsi yaabwe sitaani yeefuze, zijjukira enkwe amamera ensinga etandika. Oyo mutukuvu jangu jangu mu kifo kino,
ofuge wano owonye bonna. Ayo mwoyo
yingira
ofuge wano owonye bonna. Ayo mwoyo
yingira ofuge wano. Omwoyo uyo ayita mu kibiina n'omukono gwe oguwonya, akutte n'ekitala mu ngalo, buli mulabe wamukankana, wanika emikono waggulu, omusabe akusumulule. Batimayo teyasirika bwe yawulira nti wuwe yayita. Omwoyo
ali wano kati, muwulira ali wano, omwoyo we ali wano kati, muwulira ali wano.
Batimayo teyasirika bwe yawulira nti Yesu ayita. Gasajja gamugamba asirike, Batimayo teyasirika, ti Yesu Katonda wange, mwana wa Dawudi onsasire. Yesu akola ebyewuunyo, mbawananga nange ndaba. Omwoyo
Ali
yayita mu kibiina gw'omulwadde kwate wakuluma tuwanike emikono waggulu omwoyo w'omutukuvu ani awulira empewo mu kibiina omuliro atabamu enkuba mpuulire enkuba abalwadde muwona weereza enkuba etunaze naze fenna omwoyo yabadde muwona
ali wano kati ali wano wulira ali wano
wali mpulire enkuba bakunaze sabotunaze wano lero oyo
yansumulula yesu yansumulula yansasira yesu yansasira yanzawula bannange yanzawula
nebola banyimba iye nebola batenda iye
Haleluya, Yesu yansumulula. Haleluya, Yesu yansumulula. Haleluya, nenaku yagitwala. Haleluya, n'obwavu bwo bwadduka. Nebola banyimba, nebola bantenda.
nebola banyimba nebola batenda
omusango gwali gwansinga ye yasasira yanaaza n'omusaayi nze
Do you know it? Just sing it with me. My soul, where you lead me,
Nina gwendaba omusajja ayambadde ebyeru n'olukoba lwe mu kifuba lwa zaabu, enviiri ze zitukula ng'ebyoya by'endiga, amaaso ge ye nnimi ez'omuliro, ebigere bye biringa ekikome ekizigule, ddoboozi lye ng'amazzi amangi, amatukuvu laba basinza wozanna, kanvuname sinzozanna, oli vivi lifuname woli Yesu. Buli lulimi lufuname woli Abaka, era amawanga gafuname woli Yesu. Ebitonde bifuname woli Yesu.
Yes, I want to salute you in the mighty name of Jesus. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is Prince Edward, the senior pastor of Miracle Celebration. We are here on a campaign which we have termed 21 days of fasting and prayer, COVID-19 worldwide prayer campaign. We are praying in response to the outcry that is coming from the nations. Many people are dying, the enemy is trying to slaughter people. So we as the intercessors, the people whom God has given the keys of the nations, we cannot keep quiet, we cannot be silent. We have to take a stand. We have to be determined to stand for the kingdom of God. So I'm so excited that I'm counted among those who are standing in to fight on the forefront against coronavirus. We are not going to keep silent until this epidemic is overcome. So join us if you are in Kampala, or if you're in Uganda, you are in Africa,
you are in any part of the world and you are watching this program, we are here as a prayer command base. We are praying against COVID-19, coronavirus, and we are believing God that there is going to be a great turnaround. We will not keep silent until we see a victory. So 21 days of declaration of fasting is what we are in now, seeking God. So I want to call upon everyone, the young and the old, the black and white, the rich and poor, the literate and the illiterates, those who stay in the villages and those who stay in the city. Join our campaign. Let us campaign. Let us serve God. Let us fight this epidemic. Let us take a stand in the name of Jesus. This is our time and this is our moment. We must take a stand. We must take a stand in the name of Jesus. COVID-19, coronavirus, must be put under our foot, and we are taking a stand in the name of Jesus. So, wherever you are, I just want to invite you, and I want to ask you, please join the fight, join the campaign. Let us defeat the enemy. We defeat him on the ground of on the Lord's ground. We defeat him on the ground of the prayer. Once we pray, we get an upper hand. We are winners as long as we are prayer warriors. So I'm calling upon all intercessors, those who have been incarcerated, you are in your houses, please just join this campaign. Let us raise a 1 million prayer warrior prayer, COVID-19 prayer warriors. Join us. Let us pray together. This is our time and this is our moment. We must silence this enemy. We must establish the banner of Jesus. We must say enough is enough. Whether the devil likes it or not, this is the moment and this is the time. COVID-19 must bow in Jesus' mighty name. So join us. If you are just joining us, share on your Facebook page.